Hello my dear Cancer, this is your love and spirituality reading for the month of July with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. I will come back with every other weekly readings or mid-month readings again in August, but this reading will be for the whole month of July due to vacation. So, I use the Legacy of the Divine Tarot and I will start shuffling your cards. So, I call the Divine with love and light. And I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. And I call the 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Cancer viewers. So, I want my dear Cancer to have love in their lives. And I want them to have loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So my dear Cancer, I also want to take the chance here to tell you that the Sun will be in your sign Cancer at the start of the month. Join that together with Mercury and Mars. So Venus will be in Taurus. July 5, Mercury transit over to Leo and Venus moves from Taurus to Gemini. July 9, we will have the full moon in Capricorn, and July 21st, Mars and Sun will transit over to Leo. July 23rd, we will also have the new moon in Leo. Mercury and Moon moves into Virgo July 25th, and Venus moves into Cancer July 31st. And for Cancer, the month starts with Mars, Mercury, and the Sun in your sign. Mercury moves out July 6th. The Sun and Mars moves out July 21st. Moon moves through 21st to 22nd, and Venus moves in July 31st. So it was some kind of repetition there, but that was what was happening in your sign. So I will just tune in for a few seconds. Okay, so my dear Cancer, this is your future, and this is your now, and this is the past. So the past will be June probably, the present July, and the future August. Okay, so you can also check this reading a couple of times during the period, because the things that's really not up to speed the first time you see it, maybe you will know more about it when some time has passed. So the first card here is Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is a fire energy, so it can be longing, it can be aggression, it can be passion, sexuality, it can be a lot of things. It's something where you are will driven. You are driven and you're taking charge with your own will, and you're aiming the power in some direction. Sometimes we can feel powerless if we have a strong longing or a strong passion, but really we make choices with this energy. And the Ace of Wands, everything is put into one point of action, so it's like a magnifying glass with the sun's rays, and it's 2 dragons here, and like magma chambers. So a lot of power. You're it's a very decisive energy, and it's a new energy, so it might be you are growing in some area, you are becoming more mature, and it can be some new spiritual growth or personal growth. It can also be that you have found a way where you can aim, or to some direction where you can aim your energy working towards a goal. So the first card there. Next is 8 of Wands. So this energy is increasing. Actually, Ace of Wands, 8 of Wands, and the Sun is a very powerful energetic cards. So it's a lot of energy moving into in June. Of course, it's very energetic because it's your sign, and here you have actually Mercury in Sagittarius, so it's very goal-oriented energy. It's very penetrating and pushing forward and hasty movement. So try to not start some kind of fire that you can't put out. So be careful with being aggressive or over the top with something. But this is very good if we want change, if we want something to happen. This is the kind of energy that's needed to have this being this focused. It can also be spiritual energy reaching you, knocking you out, but it's positive energy. It's very positive. It wants to transform you. It wants to improve you. It wants you to grow. It wants you to expand. It wants you to be able to be the best version of yourself. So it's not a bad energy in any way, but it can be exhausting. It's like Uranus energy hitting you. So it's it can also be clarification, that it can be messages coming through, a lot of messages, or you are maybe having very strong emotions about something, strong passions about something. All your focus might be in one direction. You might only be thinking about a certain partner or a certain job or a certain situation. So a lot of energy is going into this section. And Eight of Wands is also the card for when people kind of clear out their misunderstandings in between them, and also saying that they're sorry. So it can be that you are requiring someone to say that they're sorry. It's very it's very decisive energy. I wouldn't mess with it. So the next card, oh, it's the Tower. So I think that it's something that you're pushing it to fall, and it's probably with your own intention. We have actually Pluto moving retrograde in Capricorn, and this is causing many people to question their foundation within relationship, foundation within work, foundation within family, friends. If there's things that you don't like, this is like a big spring cleaning in the midst of the summer here, for you in Northern Hemisphere anyway. So whatever that's built on loose ground is going to have to fall. It's like, as I said, cleaning, making a clean house, tearing everything down so you can start anew, build anew. So it's very decisive energy, as I felt, and it's like, you know that you're right, and you are going to push things until they fall, because you feel very aligned with yourself and your goal. You believe yourself to have the wind in your back and the divine on your side. So this is probably right, but as I said, don't push things too far. Don't push too hard. Don't start a fire you can't put out. The Tower card is a very healing card as well. It's kind of makes the things that's unhealed surface, so you will be able to heal them. You will be able to take the necessary actions to make this maybe a life pattern or a health pattern or something else being seen, so you can change this pattern. And you see, it's this Eight of Wands coming like this. Yes, so it's a good energy, but it might wreck your life or your foundation, that foundation you're standing on. Maybe your income, your family, things that's very founded, things that you identify with, can be changed. And here you have a Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is usually Libra. It can be Aquarius or Gemini as well. It doesn't have to be an air sign. It can be any person. It can be you. Queen of Swords is a person that she's usually like pushed a lot because she has this view. She has a very high moral standard, and she looks on people, and she can see that they are not on their best behavior. So she feels pushed. She feels like people are not acting in the best way that they could, and she kind of she tries to have compassion with this. She tries to have also patience with this, but with this card that's coming before here, I think the Queen of Swords is a little bit pissed off, or maybe this is the person that you're trying to push, because the Queen of Swords is usually very grounded. She thinks a lot, but she doesn't say much, and when she says it, it's usually very penetrating and very direct. She judges people, to be frank. She sees them with one glance, and then she thinks, well, they are like this, and it can take a lot to make her change her mind. And the Queen of Swords is a little bit of loner. You can see her here. She's kind of in a castle basement or something. So she's much like this witch in the Arthur story. I don't remember her name right now, but it started up with an M. I'm sure. It's flashing by, but I can't remember. So it's a little bit this energy. She has a background role, but she knows all the stuff. So we'll see where it goes with this Queen of Swords. I think that it's many different things for different people. For some of you, it will be the partner which you are wanting. You want to rock their stability because they seem so emotionally distant and cold, and like they don't care about things. But it might also be your own pissed off side that's finally maybe going to voice some concerns and don't really care about the consequences anymore. And here you have a Four of Wands, so that's actually seems to give you a new stability. So here it's false and then it's found again, but it's more in the way that you maybe really want it to be. We can see this is the 4 legs of the tower. This is your new foundation out of self-love probably, and as I said in the beginning, aligned with yourself. You feel that you're approved to do this change. You're approved to listen to yourself and your inner concerns about people. You're approved to say those things, those truths that you need to say. It's like speak your truth even if your voice shakes. And to do so with compassion, of course. I can imagine that she sees some room for improvement, both with her different relationships and maybe with herself, becoming more, living life through her own values and seeing to that other people also respect her own values. It's unusually revolutionary, Cancer, but I think you had some kind of revolution already in June, and this is in June, so of course it's just a sum up of this. You're trusting yourself now. Queen of Swords together with the Four of Wands, it's very much like the two High Priestess energy. She is very connected with her divine side, and she trusts her own instincts and her own intuition. And it's hope here, it's rainbow. So I think you can do this with compassion, that it will be a good thing for everyone. And when you speak the truth like this, because you have both the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Swords, that's for making things very clear without misunderstandings. I think you can help people. If you spoil a person, they won't, it's not helpful, okay? So if you meet this energy, you won't be spoiled by it. This person will require the best of you and will require that you are acting with moral and high dignity. And if this is a corrupted person, well, she can start a World War III. So I hope that this is the energy that wants to do good, but it seems like this. This is the tower falling and this is the new foundation. So it's very beautiful. I think it was for a good cause here. And you changed into something new, and now you're not going to sit silent in the background anymore. If you see something that you don't like, you're going to speak up because you love yourself and you don't question yourself so much anymore. You know that you're a good person, so you are not going to question your beliefs. And for some of you cross watchers being angry because this Cancer person seems to have everything, their shit together, this might be you as well that has done this revolution against the Cancer person, because this is how this thing works. You are mirrored in your outside world with what you need to see, so it can be about you as well. Okay, so then this is in June, some kind of revolution that had a good outcome for you at least, or for someone. And it was a lot about truth and clearing the air and also making things very clear for other people how you wanted it or not. So either take it or there's the road. This is August, and we have this energy has been increasing to a 10 of Wands. And this is not an happy energy anymore. It's not maybe it has burdened you a little bit. Maybe you have first you felt very decisive and that you were on the right path and everything, and now you might feel that you have some either some regrets, or either this is in the packing phase where you pack things up and move away, or kind of flee. It might also be that you have taken on too much. This volcano, it might have turned from sound rebellion to being angry and having like a hot temper. And maybe this is exactly what you need, because sometimes when we pick up a part of ourselves that haven't been like dusted off for years, it won't be so civil. You need to take it, maybe make that pendulum move to this direction. If you have had it in that direction before, it will go to the extreme in the other way. So you have 1 and 10, so it's the full range of wands. It's very strong. And the wands is the fairy tale of becoming your own hero. So maybe you have done it to completion. Maybe you have maybe it's a cycle ending. Maybe you have done this and now you know it, so you don't have to practice anymore, because now it's a part of you. So from now on it will be more easy for you to say no and yes and I don't want to in different situations. But the 10 of Wands, of course, is, again, you can easily relapse and go back to the way it were before, to start question yourself. This is a person, if they if they didn't question themselves, they wouldn't put themselves in this situation. This is someone taking on too much burden, kind of withstanding too much crap, or keeping silent too long until they will flare up in some way. So maybe you have got the full round here. First you were very sure, and now you're kind of going back to your old behavior in some way. Sometimes it's hard to hold this energy. If you start to relax, maybe you will relapse, but we'll see with this. It might be a required move, maybe trying something new work, new partner, new house, whatever, because the old thing it's gone here. So building something new. Both those cards are talking about moving and houses as well, and like taking the next step and moving your this is a person moving their house kind of. So it's taking up the pillars and moving it across, and of course that's heavy. Everyone knows that with the moving process, if you're moving away, maybe you feel very happy about moving, but it's hard to carry all the boxes. And if you are ending a relationship, you know, it might be great that you actually were able to end it, but you will still feel maybe that you miss this person. So it's good news with this move, but it's also bad news. And it's those consequences that makes us hesitate to change our life. Even if it's not good enough, we might hesitate to change it because we don't want those consequences. We don't want to miss a person and we have burned all the bridges with them, and to make a move can make a person say, I will never ever move again, or coming to a new career. That might also be very hard. In the beginning you want to prove yourself worthy, and you might take on like too much and an overload like this. Okay, so the next card is 5 of Cups. So this is some kind of disappointment. Okay, so I think that maybe we don't have to throw out the baby with the bathwater here. Sometimes we get very angry and we don't know when to stop, because we haven't really practiced on being angry or decisive. So when we actually are angry and decisive, we are throwing out the baby with the bathwater. We don't know that we can use this power in everyday life, like in everyday life at work, with your family, with your partner, with your friends, with your siblings, with your whatever. I think that you felt very sure and you did something, and now you're regretting because that's something is missing. You feel the longing for someone, or you will find out that it was a mistake, this what you did. But I think the intention was good, and you did something that was really good, but maybe you should have had a little bit more patience. It's like raising children. You might have to tell them 1010 times that they need to pick up the jacket from the hallway floor, okay? And still they won't do it. But you don't throw them out just because of it. You keep on trying, and you keep on sharpening those skills of being able to judge another person and tell them what to do, because she loves to do that. She just holds her mouth shut because she knows the consequences, but she really loves to do that. So maybe it's like you need to have more patience with a person. Some are very hasty with starting to change, and other will be more slow. They won't be able to do this the first time you tell them with a sharp voice, and not the 10,000 time maybe either, but slowly they will change. And I think that this is where you feel so powerless, because it's either or. Either you keep this person and you put up with their behavior, or you throw them out and you will never see them again. So it's an either or, and therefore you become disappointed now, and it's like a bad aftertaste, because this wasn't exactly what you were supposed to do. But it's not like you failed, even though this is the card for feeling like a failure, or feeling like you lost something, missing something. And it's not a failure. It's just, if we go to school, we can't learn this what we were supposed to learn the first day. We go a lot of years in school, actually. And I think you have too high standards on yourself. And okay, so this was maybe like a little bit too much, and you did it too much. Next time you will be more gentle. Then you would know where you didn't know your strength, so you kind of flashed out, and you felt very good for a moment. You felt like you loved yourself, and nothing was going to stop you ever again, because you felt so enhanced with this power. And then you started to miss the people or the situation, this what you throw out with the bath water. And it's not a big deal. It's just your emotions, and they are just giving you feedback. And it's not, as I said, it's not the end of the world. I guess the people that made you this upset and decisive, they have made a lot of mistakes, and you are still, there's still a possibility that you will forgive them, because you start to miss them here, or you start to want to feel that connection again in some way. The feeling that we get when we say I'm sorry, and the other person say, well, I'm sorry too, but it was my fault. No, it was more my fault. That kind of feeling is what you miss, I think, here. So very central, we have the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups is it's kind of the card that you already have, the relationship, the family, the work situation, whatever that you were supposed to have. It's also the wish card. If you don't have this, what you want, because you have the Five of Cups and the Tower surrounding, so it might be this, you can wish for it, and you can start to dream what you want instead, and you can start also communicate this, because you have the Eight of Wands and the Nine of Cups. So communicate your needs. Communicate to the other person. Don't throw them out on the street, or don't leave this your career. Start to tell people, if you want me to stay, I'm worth much more money. Okay? And I love you, but this thing that you are doing, it's driving me crazy. So we need to find other ways to work this out if we're going to stay together. And if you have to deal with family or friends that they have really been with you for a long time, it can be really hard to change, and they won't really see it if they are not aware enough. They won't see that you are changing. So this might have been a great wake-up call for them, this with your revolution. So, but now it's like a little bitter aftermath, and sometimes it's like this when you have been in the center of your own attention, doing something that was you felt very good about it, and you felt like finally you understood what it was that we were supposed to do, and it felt really great doing it. And then what? So it's kind of this, then what? And wishes, 9 of Cups. And it's also 10 of Cups here. So as I said, it's Pisces in both those cards also. Pisces in Mars, Pisces in Jupiter. So Jupiter is actually in Libra, and what did I say about Mars? It's in your sign, and it will move into Leo, 21st. Okay, so Mars and Jupiter, that's very... find out what it is that you really want, even if it's something that you a week ago didn't want. Now you want it again. So that's the thing. You can change your mind when you have blown up a lot of energy, like blew it out there, and I think you feel much better now. So you needed to do that thing, but I think there's still values in that old situation. It's still a value for you. And it might be that you love some person that made you very angry before. Okay. And next card is 3 of Coins. So this is working it out. This is what I said with having patience and having a plan. Kind of this is the list of what needs to change, and this is how we are going to change it. And it might be like a war or strife or combat or discussion or something between people, partners, family, friends, and here you need to be skilled because this is the important point of a healing process, to find out what's going to be the solution and stick to that plan. It's kind of a health plan, a recovering plan, healing plan, fix things plan, and you see that this person is not thinking so much, they are more doing, because they are already skilled with this. So this is something that you know, and you have done it before. You can continue doing it, and you can go back to this situation where you have a little bit more patience with people. 4 of Wands and 3 of Coins is it's usually cards that come for very, very stable situation, that where people don't want to let go of each other's hands. There's still some kind of connection, and it's almost like a family bond, and it can be marriage with both those cards as well. In Rider's White we have it's like a working situation, but it could be taken for a wedding ceremony as well. And the 4 of Wands is known to be the card where you tie your knots together. So if you have had like trouble in a family, partnership, career, love, relationship, whatever, it seems like it will be sad in the beginning of July, but in the end of middle end, here in the middle, I think with your own intention, you will start to think, well, you want to reconnect in some way, and you are thinking more about what you had than the beautiful thing that were than the actual problems. And this is a 9 and a 10, so it's definitely not a new love, and it's a 4 of Wands here and 3 of Coins, so it's definitely something that was already there before, and now you're continuing working on the foundation together with people. You're not throwing them away, you are keeping them, and you are continue this work. So that's good. Calming down a little bit. Okay. Getting back to your Cancer view of things. Very watery and nice and connective. And you don't want people to be sad for something that you did. Even if you felt that it was very good that you did it. It's like you don't want to spoil people anymore. Maybe they have taken you for granted, and now they won't. Okay, and if they will, well, you have the fire again. The fire and judgment, mental skills. So you can use that again. Sometimes we need to put ourselves in respect to others. No one else will give us justice. We need to give this to ourselves. And this is what you have done. But now you're a little bit regretting this. Maybe you think that, well, it was another way. You could have done it in another way. And you are going to try another way, I think. So, July, and this is August. And here we have the 8 of Cups. So you see, it's Pisces and the moon, and leaving relationships behind. So I think that you still feel like people are sucking you dry in some sense. They are burdening you. They are thinking, they are putting too much responsibility on you, and it's if anything should be done, it needs to be done by you, and you feel it's like you're giving people chance after chance after chance, and they steal your energy. And so you need to go deeper into yourself and find out what it is that you actually need to do, because sending them out on the street wasn't good, and keeping them wasn't good. So what can you do? This is, Eight of Cups is a person that goes deep within to find the answers and the solutions. And they are not going to be kidnapped by any situation. If the situation isn't good, if it's stealing all your energy, you are not going to be the one that stays. You are going to change this. So Eight of Cups, it's a little bit like you are willing to gamble with your relationships again. And you have the Eight of Wands here, so eight, it's some kind of karmic situation that wants to be solved. It wants to be more harmonious. Okay, and here you have a Ten of Swords. So I think there's going to be, maybe you're going to do it again. Maybe you're going to be angry with people again, but this is more sad angry. It's not this fiery angry that you were before. This is more like, okay, so I've tried everything, and this is making me crazy, and it's making me very, very sad. So I'm not going, I don't know what to do anymore. It's like rock bottom, hitting rock bottom here, and you were so high flying. So it's a bit to fall here actually. And you can see with the clouds here, the clouds, they just evaporate in this card because of the light, but here it's a little bit cloudy again, but at least his veil has been falling. So I think that you can start to see things more like they actually are. You might see that, okay, I do all those things for other people, and they don't do anything to give this back to me. So what's that saying to you? And the eyes closed here, so maybe they still don't respect you, or maybe you realize that you need to change something inside yourself, because the Eight of Cups and the Ten of Swords is very self-oriented. It's changing you being kidnapped by relationships, and you are doing a lot of things to be loved, and here you don't care anymore. And with the Ten of Swords, it's like your old assumption about things is falling. The veil is falling. It's apocalypse. It's a big change. You are seeing things that you weren't able to see before. You see past illusions. So I feel that you have this beautiful willingness to do things right, and you're getting so disappointed when people are not helping you. Or you, as I said, for your cross watchers, you might think that it's the other way around, and then it's probably like that in your situation. But also, this what we had Eckhart Tolle, I heard him say the other day, that there's a lot of, you should wonder why there's so many like jerks out there, and you are always right. So what's that all about? And I wonder too, how can it be I'm always right and the other people is always wrong? But this is more self-oriented. It's about your body, it's about your thoughts, it's about your beliefs, it's about how you envision yourself, and how you can start to think differently about yourself from now on when you see things more clearly. So it's some illusions that will fall here. Here you will probably try again with some person, and then they will make you equally disappointed again. Maybe not on the same level, but maybe you don't have the same stamina anymore to withstand challenges. Maybe your cup is full, so whenever there comes a drop more, it will overflow, so you will get like giving up very easily. And it's a Ten of Wands, Ten of Swords, Ten of Cups, so it's very fully grown situation. And we usually are okay with like too much love, but when it's too much water, like a tsunami wave, then it's not that funny. Too much fire, it's not that funny either, because it's a firestorm. too much air, that's a tornado. That's not funny either. So there's a limit here with the tens. Sometimes the energy can be too intense. It can be that you are feeling overwhelmed. So Cancer will be overwhelmed here, okay? And the next card is Two of Cups. So still with this beautiful energy of not giving up. You want to have this fixed. You want to find the answers, and you want to find the answers inside the relationship, inside this situation. You don't want to bail. You still think that there's things that can be done. And sometimes, with some of you, this will be a total illusion. It doesn't matter how much you change yourself or the other person. If the relationship doesn't have the right kind of foundation, you don't have the same goals, everything is like on different levels, then maybe all this work that you're putting in will be in vain. But for some of you, I admire your stamina here, that even though you're so disappointed and you feel so lonely and feel so much like you have to do and deal with everything, you still love these people. You still want to continue trying to make this situation good. So that is what we really need to admire with you. So here we have a King of Cups. King of Cups is usually Scorpio. It can also be a person that you love or a person that loves you. It can be a Cancer and a Pisces, and it can be any kind of star sign. But usually it's healing again, healing of a broken heart. And usually in this place I would see the Knight of Cups with the 8 of Wands and Knight of Cups. It's classic for a person coming and saying that they're sorry. So maybe here, maybe you are opening your heart here. Maybe it's time for another person to open their heart here. So maybe you're standing and falling with some other person's decision, if they will actually come and help you, or if they will continue their stubbornly road into nothingness without you. Will they sacrifice your beautiful connection, or will they fight for it? So it's this, and it seems like they will fight for it. It might be an air sign, this one that loves, and it might be a water sign or any kind of sign. Probably a person that is a little bit of a loner or don't have so many friends, and they are smart, but they also have a big heart. But it can be two different people, but this can be a family situation, or this can be like a relationship where people still love each other, even though you took on the bitchy energy. You still love this person, and they love you too, this 9 and 10 here. But there's a lot of disappointment still. Even though you did this new start, you still feel kind of the same. So I really hope that this other person will take part of the responsibility, so you don't have to be alone with this. So part is the right word, I think. This is 4 of Coins. You have the 4 of Wands and 3 of Coins. So it's a little bit like a miser, this person, but still I think they can give you at least a little finger. Okay, and it's the 4 of Wands. I prefer it because it doesn't have these closed off walls. It's more like come and join or not. You are welcome, and you can go anytime you want. So it's very freedom with this. It's not. This is more a person that wants to have a situation in their way. They have decided upon something, and this is how they want it, and they're not going to change their mind. But it's a new foundation anyway. 4 of Wands, 3 of Coins, 4 of Coins. So very stable, something new and stable. I don't think this love is going anywhere anytime soon. I think that this relationship is still on. It's still very great foundation, but this person might still be a loner. Even if they are open their heart, they're still going to be a little bit like a control freak, or wants to have power, or wants to win in situations. So that might, this won't be like the final solution if I say it like that. Okay, so I will take one card for this revolution for Cancer. So revolution for Cancer, you went into your other element. This is water and going into air, but you are water, you went into fire. So you visit visited another element for a while. You didn't stay there, but you visited. You are now familiar with that power, so you can use that power whenever you need it. So it's very good. Now you don't have to be just water. You can also know where your limits are. But there's a peace dove there, you see. So, and butterflies for metamorphosis, change, and shells, protection. And this person is very naked, so it's very vulnerability. So you showed your true self, I think, when you was this angry. And she has the red hair also. That's for fiery temperament and looking sweet on the outside, but being fierce on the inside. So this is probably Cancer. And so you know that you can do this. You know that you have this a possibility. You don't have to be just nice and compassionate all the time. I guess this was also, and this is for the, I just thought of the 10 of Wands and 5 of Cups, and this card came. So we see this person, she's going, the light is coming from her backside, so she has left something behind, but she holds the stomach almost like she were pregnant, and she's with swans, and swans are mating for life. They are not changing, so they have the same partner the whole life. And it's also, she's naked again, just this, so she will blend in with the swans. So I think it's just emphasizing this, what I said before, that you are disappointed, but you still feel connected to this person or this situation. You don't want this to go away. It's still on. It's like you still have some kind of connection with that person that you revolted towards. And now when the anger is gone, the sadness is there instead. But then you made up. So what about the making up thing here in July? And that's the roller coaster, of course. But we also see that the white horse has freed itself. It's not this carousel horse going round and round anymore. It's a white horse. So you know your feelings now, and that's why this glass gets full so quickly. Just a drop, and then because you have your truth now. You're not just going in the merry-go-round and putting up with things. And we see the dolls. This is Pinocchio, kind of the wanting to be a real boy, and this little doll here. So it might be a childhood experience that's revolving. It's this pattern with the karmic thing going on and on. But the horse is free. You can see this. It has cracked the glass ceiling. So your horse is free. Your strength is free. You don't have to. You can be nice when nice is needed, and you don't have to be nice when nice is not needed. You can be yourself. So that's a good thing. Be yourself. And then this I will go alone kind of energy. I don't care about anyone. It's, oh yes, swords there. This is how the divine sees you, and this is how you see yourself. The divine sees you as this spiritual being, so profound, and with his eagle's scales and with wings to fly wherever you want to go. But you don't recognize your power. You don't see the sword that's there. You can easily cut yourself loose. So it's up to you if you want to be in the tormenting situation or thinking bad thoughts or not. You can free yourself, and they acknowledge your sad situation and the feeling of loneliness here. But you can always have your own foundation, and always talking truthfully, always reacting and responding towards people in your surrounding very truthfully. So there's nothing really holding you back but your own sense of where the limits are. So you decide where the limits are and what you can do and say to someone and still have their heart. I think that you can push those limits a little bit and talk with them more. Swords are not only it's not only like weapons, it's also writing, pen and the sword thingy. You can use it for liberating by communicating. So and that might make you you're not a victim. That's what they are trying to say. You're not a victim. You can come and leave and stay or do whatever you want. But if you want to be with people, you're always going to be challenged. And if you are challenged, you should tell people exactly how you feel, exactly how you think, and then there's not so much misunderstanding, and it's more easily to sort things up. But if the person doesn't want to speak to you, that's another problem. So, and now I want to see this King of Cups energy, if the other entity might do their fair share. So, well, at least they have a plan to catch you in their little cage there. And sometimes it's like this. You might have had a plan as well. You made all this. You made the revolution. You made this making up scene, and you got angry again. Maybe you have a plan. Maybe you want to make this person change into something. So actually, you are controlling and manipulating the situation. And if you didn't want it, you could easily leave it. But I think you want this person to change, and you want them to be yours. And you have a cat there. It's the same here with a cat and a dog. So maybe your dog is a wild wolf, and it's a little hard to keep it in a closed environment. But maybe you succeed here. Maybe this is a cage. This Four of Wands. Maybe you want a stable relationship with someone, or you want some stability, or at least with the Four, I think that you want like there to be some equalness, like stability within a relationship, that both wants to be in the relationship and both works to make the relationship functioning as well. So it's not so lopsided, only your responsibility. Okay, so I will also take a card for past life, from past life oracle card, to see what kind of karma might be. Monk or nun showing itself there. What kind of karmic situation can be behind the Cancer events going down this month of July? I will just take Egypt and woes. Okay. And monk you had as well. Maybe you are, as I said, maybe you live by too many rules, and this you flipping out a little bit was probably very much needed. You are getting more connection with more of your parts, and Egypt is this triangle again. Maybe it's some kind of initiation that you're trying to you have the Ace of Wands as well. It can sometimes be a maturity rite. Maybe you need to, this is your initiation, so it's not supposed to be easy. You're supposed to be able to do things that's outside your comfort zone, to take in new parts of yourself, use all the four elements, like the basic four elements, to accomplish the thing, like both emotions, fire, air and earth, all those things, not only being very Cancer-y, but also being able to have all the other skills, talk, be angry, also earth, manifesting things like, okay, so now we will move in together, or now the rules is this. So making this not just a plan but a reality as well. So maybe you have been living by very high standards and very high rules. That might be also the reason to the Queen of Swords. So you don't really understand why people are acting in ways that you would never allow yourself to do. And they, of course, they do so they will challenge you. So you will go outside your comfort zone and be more than just what you want to be, but also all you can be. So people are going to challenge you, and they are going to act stupid, and they are not going to play by the rules. And that's making you upset because you play by the rules probably. But it's an initiation, and it's something that you want to do and you have agreed to do, and it's probably the plan. Also, we saw the chess thingy. So you have a plan with the divine to do those things. Okay, so my dear Cancer, I hope this helped, and I will be back together with you in the end of July to do the August reading, probably between the 20th and 25th of July. I was thinking of doing it earlier, but I will still be traveling at that time. So I hope you will join me for the August reading, and Hope to see you then. Take really good care, and bye bye.